Long ago, Qatar was a land of sand and sea. Many thousands of years ago, people lived there. They were hunters. They moved from place to place to find food. The weather was very hot. The ground was dry. But near the sea, there was water. People found fish in the water. This was the start of life in Qatar. The early people made tools from stone. They lived in small groups. They shared everything they had. They were very strong people because life was hard in the desert. In the old times, Qatar was famous for pearls. Pearls are beautiful white stones from the sea. Men would dive deep into the water to find them. This was very dangerous work. They did not have machines to help them breathe. They held their breath for a long time. They went down to the bottom of the ocean. They looked for shells. Inside the shells, they found pearls. These pearls were the best in the world. People from far away came to buy them. Merchants from India and Europe wanted Qatar's pearls. This made the people of Qatar very busy. The sea was their life and their money. Qatar was also a place for trade. Because it is a peninsula, it is surrounded by water on three sides. This made it a good stop for ships. Ships carrying silk and spices from Asia would stop there. They would trade their goods for pearls or water. Many different cultures met in Qatar. You could hear many languages at the ports. The people of Qatar learned about the world from these visitors. Even though they lived in a small place, they knew about big countries far away.
For a long time, different groups of people lived in Qatar. There were tribes. A tribe is a big group of families. They followed their leaders. The most famous family is the Al Thani family. They started to lead Qatar a long time ago. They helped the tribes stay together. They made the country strong. In the 1800s, Qatar had to deal with big empires. The Ottoman Empire and the British Empire were very powerful. Qatar had to be smart to stay safe. They made agreements with the British. This helped protect Qatar from enemies. Life changed a lot in the 1900s. For a while, things were very difficult. People stopped buying pearls because Japan started making pearls in factories. This was a sad time for Qatar. Many people were poor because they could not sell their pearls anymore. But then something amazing happened. Men found oil under the ground. At first, they did not know how much there was, but soon they realized there was a lot of oil. Oil is like liquid gold. It is very expensive, and everyone in the world needs it for cars and factories. After they found oil, Qatar started to grow very fast. They built roads and schools. They built hospitals for the sick. Before this, life was very simple. People lived in small houses. Now they could build big buildings. The leaders used the money from oil to make life better for everyone. They wanted the children to learn and have a good future. They also found natural gas. Qatar has more natural gas than almost any other place. This made the country even richer. The city of Doha is the capital. A long time ago, it was a small village by the sea. Now it is a giant city with tall buildings made of glass. These buildings touch the clouds. There are big malls and beautiful parks. People from all over the world come to live and work in Doha. You can see people from America, England, India, and Africa. Everyone lives together in peace.
The city is very modern, but it still remembers its history. You can still see old boats called dhows in the water. These boats remind people of the days of pearl diving.
Education is very important in Qatar now. They built a place called Education City. It has many universities from different countries. Students come here to study science, art, and medicine. Qatar wants to be a place of knowledge. They know that oil and gas will not last forever. They want their people to be smart so they can work in different jobs. They also love sports. In 2022, Qatar hosted the World Cup. This is the biggest soccer tournament in the world. Millions of people watched Qatar on television. It was a very proud moment for the country. Qatar also cares about art and culture. They built big museums. One museum looks like a desert rose. Inside, you can see things from the past. You can see old clothes, jewelry, and swords. This helps young people understand how their grandfathers lived. The people of Qatar are very kind. They are known for their hospitality. If you visit a Qatari home, they will give you coffee and dates. They want you to feel welcome. This is a tradition that has lived for hundreds of years. The government of Qatar works hard to keep the country safe. They have good relationships with many countries. They help solve problems between other nations. Even though Qatar is a small country, it has a big voice in the world. They use their money to help poor countries too. They build schools and help people who are hungry. This shows that they have a good heart. They want the whole world to be a better place. Today, Qatar is a mix of the old and the new. You can see a man using a computer in a modern office, and then you can see him going to the desert to see his camels. Camels are very important in Qatari history. They were used for travel across the hot sand. People still race camels today for fun. It is a very exciting sport. The desert is still a special place for Qataris. On weekends, many families go to the desert to sleep in tents. They sit by the fire and look at the stars. It helps them feel calm and connected to the land. The story of Qatar is a story of hard work. The people went from diving for pearls in the cold sea to living in the richest country in the world. They never gave up when times were hard. They stayed together as a family. Their history is not just about money or buildings. It is about the spirit of the people. They are proud of their flag, which is maroon and white. Every year, they celebrate National Day. They watch parades and fireworks. They celebrate their journey from a small desert land to a world leader. As Qatar looks to the future, it has many plans. They want to protect the environment. They are building gardens and using the sun for energy. They want to make sure the air is clean for the next generation. The children of Qatar are learning how to take care of their planet. The history of Qatar is still being written every day. Every new bridge, every new book, and every new friend is a part of that history. It is a beautiful story of a place that grew from the sand and reached for the stars. In the end, Qatar is a place of balance. It balances the desert with the city. It balances the old traditions with new technology. It balances its own needs with the needs of the world. When you think of Qatar, you should think of the brave pearl divers, the busy traders, and the kind families. Their history is long and full of adventures. It is a story that shows that even a small place can do great things if the people have a strong heart and a clear vision. Qatar will continue to grow and change, but it will always be the home of the sand, the sea, and the proud Al Thani family. This is the simple and true history of a land called Qatar.